Hello there. Game video time. It's been quite a while since I posted another video. Been quite busy. Work on the game hasn't been going for much anyway. What I have been doing is making forest hall encampment. That's been a right giggle, and trying to perfect the skills. I think in my last video I showed a skill. I can't even remember what I did in the last video, but I've made a skill formula for each individual skills. Skills for each individual weapons. So the claw has certain skill formula different to the axe, etc., etc. Using one of the Amfly scripts there, magical. I've got the board over there, but I can't bother to reach it. What I was going to go through today in this video was the two main characters and the antagonist. So I'm going to go through how I want them to go, what the kind of personalities they'll have, etc., etc. Shouldn't be a long video, unless I talk far too much. So we shall start off with Solomon. Solomon was born in Detri's land, and mother died when he was born. Father worked in Tavone until Solomon was about 18, 19, and so for a series of fortunate events, Solomon bumped into Nicholas, and Nicholas just randomly started training him. So randomly, there will be motives behind all this. Just haven't figured them all out yet. They started training him, and then Solomon came in service of Queen Catherine and Detri. That shouldn't take so long to remember. Solomon and Detri. Solomon and Detri, Catherine and Detri. So yeah, he goes through. He's kind of best at what he does. He's an agent. Well, he was an agent. Kind of going around and making sure. Well, yeah, just doing what agents do. He's kind of spy nonsense and whatnot. He stopped Northern Clave Drift from doing a naval assault on Southern Clave Drift and Forest Hall and whatnot. Otherwise, that would have screwed them right over. I was able to mislead information. Those people claim that is a very hard thing to do, but he was able to do it because he's the best at what he does. That's going to be sort of detailed when we get to Southern Clave Drift in the third map. What happens with Solomon is that he hasn't really been on a mission for quite a few weeks now. So it starts off with him just getting up, and then he's a manservant. I can't remember what his name is now. It'll come to me. But butler, really, has a butler. He tells him things what to do today, and he says, "Oh, the king wants to speak to you." Someone goes, "Oh, fair play." Goes to speak to the king. Then the invasion starts. They get interrupted, and Meladrakara is starting his invasion with a small army. So what he does then is that he goes to the front, sees Meladrakara. Meladrakara is a bit of a prick, as he is. And Solomon fights. Solomon starts defending the castle. There's a crash bang wallop up in Queen Catherine's tower, which is her favourite tower. She stays in there quite a lot, and for reasons unknown mainly to other people. But it all comes clear soon. Solomon goes up there, sees Meladrakara fighting Catherine. Solomon's a bit bemused at first, but tries to help. Basically gets bitch slapped and wakes up, and Catherine is dead, and Meladrakara is no longer there. King Detri comes in and goes, "Dude, what the hell?" I'm paraphrasing, of course. "Dude, what the hell?" And so Solomon is able to. Solomon escapes, and the castle gets invaded. But the problem with this is that not the problem. The whole point of this is that no, actually, I don't know an easy way to explain it. You have shadow energy. Solomon gets corrupted by it on his escape, becomes a shadow soldier. And you have light energy. Light energy is a thing which only Catherine was able to use thus far, because somehow she purified it when she got infected with it. When Meladrakara first did his first attack. This is Meladrakara's second attempt at invading, and that's how she was able to beat him, by using light energy. So the castle itself actually means pretty much not destroyed when it's built on top of Meladrakara's old fortress. So when he rises it up, it's still there. It's still bright and shiny because the residue of light energy keeps it safe from corruption. So I'm toying with the idea that later on in the game, probably when you visit back to Detri's land momentarily at the port, to be able to go into the castle and find Detri, who will still be safe, still under attack. This guard's been able to hold off quite a lot. So that'll be a good, I think that'll be good fun. Probably be an optional thing, you know, just if you check up on it. Oh, look, you're going now. So yes, the whole point of Solomon, he's very well at the start of the game. He's lamenting the fact that he's not been on a mission for a while. He doesn't like the idea his talents aren't being used. When he becomes a Shadow Soldier, it kind of screws with him a bit, and his outlook in life becomes a bit different. The contrast between I'll talk about the contrast after I describe Tostig's personality. So now we've got Tostig. Tostig is a raider. Now raiders are from the cloud city called Vizar, if I'm correct. I think that's why I named it. Yeah, Vizar. Vizar is islands kept afloat by Zanzibar's magic. You have one central one, then kind of 4 separate islands, and the raiders have their own island, much to the dismay of the other inhabitants of Vizar. Raiders have their own airships, specifically used for raiding and battling, and recently the airships have been crashing and no one knows why. Basically Tostig and his father are piloting the last airship. When Meladrakara invades the castle, and after killing Catherine, he basically sees the airship and goes ha ha and destroys it. He lands aboard and is a prick again, and then destroys it. Not before Tostig's father tries to offer Tostig as a sacrifice in order to keep the ship safe. So Meladrakara teleports Tostig's father away and says to Tostig, "I've kept him somewhere where death won't find him easily." Follows, and basically Tostig is able. But then the airship starts crashing, and Tostig is able to basically able to survive. He gets a parachute and survives. Then Solomon finds him. Tostig is very. I'm finding Tostig the most fun to write because he's quite sarcastic. He's set in his ways. He has his own way of doing things, and he finds, that's his way. For example, when you're in the Nomads dungeon, before you find Nicholas, Tostig saying, "So what are we going to do about these Nomads? If I was with my crew, then I'd be killing them right now, all of them. I've showed him how to truly get rid of someone." And someone says, "No, that could be useful, etc., etc." For the fight against Meladrakara, Tostig's response is being, because Meladrakara is known to frequent the Nomads Inn just for a nap every now and then. He's very angry and very sarcastic. He's very dry. But the main thing I'm championing with Tostig is that, even though he's a sarcastic prick, he knows what's right and he knows what's right and wrong. When you visit the Forest Hall encampment, Tostig is the first one to say, because the Forest Hall encampment is a place where people from Forest Hall, when they first visit Detri's land, they have to actually stay in this encampment for about a month, which is terrible conditions. It's a proper rubbish place to be. If they have good behaviour for a month, then they're allowed to visit. Basically, it's like just a concentration camp. And Tostig is the first one to go, "This is clearly wrong. We have to do something about this. This isn't right." Solomon takes the more, it's not right, but there's nothing we can do about it. So that's the kind of main contrast, is that Tostig is a lot more stubborn. He's more set in his ways, which can be a bad thing, can be a good thing. And that's the main thing I'm playing on this point. Is Solomon and Tostig are very different people. different motives. That's why I'm having the bits where they separate from momentarily, because I just can't keep them together. There's no. I don't want to have them stay together the entire time and come up with a really rubbish way of having it too easy. Where Tostig goes, oh, that thing we're doing to stop the world? Well, I kind of have a more important and personal thing to do. And someone will be like, oh, well, fair play. Because that wouldn't happen. Solomon has a personal vendetta against Meladrakara. Tostig sort of does. He has more of a personal vendetta against his father. So there are going to be points where they separate because I just can't keep them together. So it's going to be, they learn a lot from each other. Story trope. So yeah, I'm having a lot of fun writing these two characters, and of course you've got the side characters to keep them in their place. Nicholas is very wise and taught Solomon everything he knows Solomon quite well, but it's fair, etc., etc. F.A.R. gets very annoyed at Tostig, and for a certain reason, which I'm going to leave till when you actually get there. And yeah, So Meladrakara, bad guy. He's right, Google. Yeah, like I said, this is his second invasion, and he's just so happy it's happening. He's been planning it for quite a while again. He got defeated the first time, much to his dismay. Yeah, he's just so excited and happy when Solomon first meets him. Meladrakara goes, "Hi!" Yeah, there's no tragic backstory to Meladrakara. There is no, oh, woe was me, my wife died when I was a young adult, and I'm trying to seek vengeance on the world for it. No, he's evil because he is. Some men just want to watch the world burn, kind of stuff. The main inspirations for Meladrakara are the Joker and Kefka from Final Fantasy VI, who I maintain is the best Final Fantasy villain. Yeah, he's evil for evil. Like I said, he's extremely happy with what's going on. He doesn't care. His plan was essentially to fire off a shadow blast that kind of cut off half of Detri's land, and then kind of went down to cut off Rafis as well. Didn't work because he spent all his energy teleporting to the airship as well and sorting that stuff out. But he doesn't care it didn't work, And all in all, things have gone quite well considering. Just do it again at some point. And I think the shadow, he's so powerful in the shadow energy, but he still has limits. This is the thing. Whenever I kind of play games and see bad guys that have the ability to teleport and use lightning at real, like the Guardian in, I think it was Ultima 8. No, Ultima 8 was a horrible one. Ultima 7, when battling, he's trying to become all powerful. The Guardian goes, no, and then tells the Avatar, look what I've done, ha ha ha. And there's me going, if you can do that, why don't you just kill everyone like that anyway? Just make it easy on yourself. It really annoys me when I see stuff like that, where these bad guys have such omnipotence, and then you question why they're not actually using it. So Meladrakara, he is quite powerful, but again, he has his limits. The reason he doesn't stop Solomon and Tostig for the first few levels is because he doesn't know they're alive. He literally has no idea they're trying to stop him. He's got into the pit, into Lux's pit, and it's basically just absorbing all the shadow energy. And it's only later on when Solomon and Tostig Agnarrson, he kind of sees all this stuff happening and goes, how is it? Ah, no. And that's when he tries to screw them over again. But he's stuck in the pit, so he has no physical way of stopping them, so he quite has to use his imagination. So he is very powerful, but he's not omnipotent. He has his limits. He can't always teleport because it uses quite a lot of shadow energy. Shadow energy which he can recharge, but it takes a while. Same with Solomon. Solomon has limits. You can only use a certain amount of strikes. You can only use a certain amount of energy, shadow energy. He has the unique ability to absorb shadow energy at a much faster rate. So that's how he. Yeah, I don't want Meladrakara to be omnipotent because I can't play the omnipotent card, because then people start questioning why he just doesn't stop them outright. If he's not omnipotent, then I can explain. You can't do that because of this. You know, he can't stop them now because he doesn't know. He can't stop them now because that's in the way. He's another character who has his own obstacles. You know, when he's in the pit, he literally can't get out because it's bound him there. So that's what I'm trying. The realistic characters. I'm trying to go for realistic characters. I have no idea how good my scripting is. My writing could be atrocious, and I'm just thinking, oh, this is quite good. But hey, that's what demoing is for. So yes, right now I'm kind of perfecting the skills. I've said that for the past 3 videos. Oh my god, it's taking so long. Like you wouldn't believe. This problem having the skill system is the formulas. Which is helped by the fact that I've now figured out the basic attack formula, so now I can build off that. Because the enemies are quite strong, not stronger than Solomon Tostig, but and side characters. But hey, there's quite a few of you, not as many as them. Sometimes, maybe. So yeah, it's just kind of find a good balance. Some of the enemy skills are done. Thieves are still again right. Bastards. You have 3 types of thieves. You have your normal thief, your adept thief, and your master thief. Thief has a basic thief strike. An adept thief has a thief strike and a blinding powder. And the master thief has thief strike, blinding powder, and a strike that lowers your defense. Get 3 of them, and it's going to be quite difficult. And again, as I said in a previous video, I've said to myself, this is quite difficult, and another part of me is going, yeah, but they're thieves. This is how they'd work. So, yeah, it's going to be a challenge, but not too much of a challenge to be impossible. It still can be done, given you use skills, and this is a skill-based game. I'm using I think it was FOMO or Yanfly that did the Action Battle Time Gorge. I'm using that because I find it so much more fun. I usually hate Action Battle Time Gorges. The first one I ever used was Final Fantasy X-2. Absolutely despised it. I hated it. And I have hated it in quite a lot of games. I'm loving it in this one. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because it's my own game. I'm kind of going, oh yeah, this works. It's weird being a game designer now because I'm now seeing things from a design's perspective. So I'm kind of going, oh, that's why they put that in there. So yeah, I'm going to go now. So I shall post this video up, and I shall talk to you soon. Ta-ra.